Digitization not only has to work at the speed prescribed by Moore's law, but it also must be undertaken with a principled and regulated approach.
Yes, he is. He's big in international stage in Columbia University in Harvard. Kita William.
Good night, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam semuanya. Om Swastiastu, Nama Budaya, Salam Kebajikan. Semoga pada malam ini kita semua berada dalam keadaan sehat and having a great joy tonight. Okay? Perkenalkan, nama saya Petrina Onel, student dari batch 7 SGPP Indonesia. Dan di sini saya akan memoderatori webinar pada malam ini dengan tema SGPP Admission for Februari 2021 Intake yang akan dibawakan oleh Pak Oni Jamhari selaku CEO dari SGPP Indonesia. As we know, sebelumnya mau nanya dulu nih, di sini partisipannya ada partisipan. Oke. Banyak ya partisipannya. Oke. As we know, the School of Government and Public Policy, or SGPP Indonesia, is the school that focus on reinviting the study of public policy in Indonesia. So the study of public policy become the main branch of knowledge supported by sub-branches that include economics, politics, management, and other branches of science. Better policies will be produced through multidimensional and multi-stakeholders approaches instead the conventional point of view. Furthermore, one of the mission of SGPP is to bridge between the theoretical aspect with practical aspect of public policy. That's why, before we listen the presentation from Pak Oni Jamhari, we would like to introduce you our interns that comes from Australia. The first one, we have Patrick Cassidy from Monash University, and he is the Bachelor of Art majoring in politics. So, and the other one, we have Jack McLaughlin from RMIT University, Bachelor of International Studies, Faculty of Global, Urban, and Social Studies. So before we start the webinar, I would like to mention the guideline for today's webinar. Please do not share screen in the webinar to reduce the network usage and prevent the unnecessary interruption. And please leave the video and microphone off until you have a chance to ask the question. And we would like to hear from the audience right after the presentation from the speaker. And to ask the question during the Q&A session, you can select participant, and after that raise the hand button and just ask the question to the speaker, to the speaker today. Okay, first we want to introduce the first intern in SGPP Indonesia. He is Patrick Cassidy from Monash University. Hello, Patrick.
Hi. First of all, I hope everybody's going well today. As said, my name's Patrick, and it's a pleasure to both be here today as well as to be interning with SGPP. I have a range of previous experience, be it working part-time at a law firm or working summer jobs as a gardener, helping mentor international students at Monash College, and also volunteering for various charities and sports clubs. As said previously, I'm studying a politics degree at Monash University, but I'm also doing a double degree in law and have previously studied politics, philosophy, and economics at the Australian National University. That's all from me for now. Yeah.
Can you share us the reason why you want to take the intern in SGPP?
Yeah, so the reason I wanted to intern with SGPP is it's a really high quality and growing school in the region, and like meeting all the staff as well as seeing the university's website and the strategic review, it seems to have a great trajectory and everybody's really high quality and motivated for the right reasons, and it looks to be trending in the right direction. And yeah, it's definitely going to be a regional powerhouse as a school in the future. Furthermore, as an Australian, our geographic proximity to Indonesia makes Indonesian relations really important for us. And at the moment, it's more important than ever, given we've had some recent trade difficulties with China, and given Indonesia's big population as well as growing economy, it's especially important for Australians at the moment to gain a better understanding of Indonesia's public policies. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, we would like to hear from the other interns. It is Jack McLaughlin. Can you please tell us why do you want to take intern in SGPP?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me to introduce myself today. It's a wonderful opportunity to be given the experience and the experience to learn a little bit about Indonesian life, and particularly public life, through the way that SGPP has a focus on public policy. I think most of us in this room can agree that public policy is a wonderful instrument for shaping the way that our societies can improve and to try and lift people to be the best they can be. So this, in a similar vein to Patrick, this getting experience with an Indonesian organisation is really fundamental, I think, to Australia's future, and to be able to foster a positive, productive partnership between our two countries is a really brilliant thing. So yeah, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Jack, and also Patrick for the awesome presentation. Well, how many participants do we have tonight? Udah lumayan banyak ya. Oke, sekarang setelah kita mendengar presentasi dari intern yang datang dari Australia tadi, ada Patrick Cassidy dan juga Jack McLaughlin. Sekarang kita mau mendengar presentasi dari CEO SGPP Indonesia, Bapak Oni Jamhari. Sebenarnya SGPP itu seperti apa sih, dan especially for Master of Public Policy itself, itu seperti apa? Akan disampaikan oleh Pak Oni Jamhari selaku CEO of SGPP Indonesia. Time and screen is yours, Pak Oni.
Terima kasih, Mbak Poi. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending our info session today. As mentioned by Mbak Poi, I'm going to tell you a little bit about School of Government and Public Policy Indonesia. I think some of you are actually already registered and already accepted. I can see the list from the attendees here. But let me share the screen so that you will be familiar with the our school. Yeah, so it's clear, right? So everybody can see the screen, right? Yeah, okay. Start. So this is our campus. We call it the Green Campus actually. Our campus is located actually in Bogor or exactly in Sentul actually, just a part of Bogor is a 40 minutes drive from Jakarta. So the brief history of our school was founded in 2012, and the first batch we only had 26 students, and our school actually is the first implementation policy school in Indonesia that bring all sectors of society and interdisciplinary background. Our vision actually, we want to be a nationally and regionally prominent institutions, internationally recognized for excellence in education, research, and scholarship, linking the people of Indonesia to the region and the world. And before the presentation, actually, we had our interns from Australia, Patrick and Jack, and then they already now actually do the internship in our campus. And this is a part of actually our building the relationship between Indonesia and Australia. So we want to link the people of Indonesia and also in Australia. So our missions, we want to train future public leaders to act successfully in solving the challenging public problems and to act strategically in improving changes or producing the desired policy results. We also want to provide an interdisciplinary background and applied, action-oriented, and comparative policy study that includes Indonesian focuses curriculum based on international standard as well as contributing to outstanding leaderships. Basically, many people ask us actually why we also recruit internationals to our program because we also want to share actually Indonesian, the best practices of Indonesian public policy that can be replicated or can be used in other countries. And we also want to learn from other countries, the students from other countries about their public policy, especially the best practices. Our commitment, we want to emphasize the international ramification of policy, strengthen students' analytical skills, help students excel as a leader, provide training in the art of policy implementation, as well as foster the diversity. Why SGPP Indonesia? We have our unique curriculum, reputable faculty, and we do the emphasizing on the data and implementation. And we also have an enrichment program. Unique curriculums, basically, if you study in higher education, especially in the master degree program, we have what we call core contents, comparative content and local content, as well as the instruments for analysis. And it's spread over 3 semesters, 18 months, 36 credits. So first, our coursework actually is only for 1 year. Then for 6 months, it's only for writing thesis. The faculty profiles, this is our actually the founding father of SGPP, Legend General Agus Wijoyo. I think most of Indonesians know him because he's now the governor of Lemhanas, the National Relations Institute, as well as actually he's the former Teni Chief of Staff for Territorial Affairs. And we also have Pak Gita Wirjawan. He's the former Indonesian Trade Minister. And other than that, we also have permanent faculty members. We have 6 permanent faculty members, Dr. Safendri, Dr. Ani, Dr. Sri Martuti, Dr. Eri Wijaya, Dr. Fajar Bambang Hirawan, as well as An Suryana. They graduated from Indonesians and overseas. So we have actually The permanent lecturer, actually, we have 1, 2, 3 from Australia, graduated from ANU and also from University of Sydney. Yeah. Also, they have the specification, the science policy, natural resource policy, public administration, economics, culture, history, and languages. And besides the permanent lecturers, we also have our guest lecturers, and those are prominent figures in the country, the ambassador, former ambassador, or an expert in a particular thing. So we have Ambassador Makarim Wibisono, and then we have some famous, figures in Indonesia, and they do really in touch with the public policy. And also we have a guest lecture not only coming from Indonesia, but also from overseas. We have Peter Verhersens from Melbourne Uni, and we have Renato Lima de Oliveira from Asia School of Business in collaboration with MIT School, so on. And we also have the ambassador, Jonathan Austin from New Zealand. So every semester, we have about 2 to 4, guest lectures teaching at our program. So I don't going to tell this one, but as I mentioned earlier, that our focus is not on the policy. We have a research group. So this is the research group at our school. So if you come to SGPP in the beginning, usually during the interview, Pak Samuel will ask you if you have any particular research that you are going to write for your thesis. This is a part of the big research groups in our program. So we have the science and technology policy, natural resource policy and governance, conflict resolution, economics, public administration, and governance. And we spread it into some topic in the big group of research, but this is the head of the research. So for example, some of you ask us, if my background is not from the public administration or whatever, that is not related to the policy or government, I'm still eligible to apply for the program. Yes, you can apply for the program because in our school, the public policy is very broad. So the science and technology policy, if you focusing on digitalization, disruptive technology, technology innovation, science ethics, and so on, is a part of the science and technology policy. If you focus on the natural resources policy and governance, you can choose the topic. Among of the topics are disaster management, natural resources-based conflict, environmental policy, food security, and so on. Social cultural policy, we can choose state and religious violence, radicalism, global terrorism, conflict management, and so on. The enrichment program, a part of the courses at SGPP, we also have what we call enrichment program. So we have workshop, guest lecture, spatial lecture, or actually master class. Unfortunately, starting last year, actually, we did our classes online. Until now, actually, we conducted our classes online. But we still actually invite other professors from other countries. Like we have Jeffrey Winter from the Northwestern University, and then Professor Vali Nazar, he's from the Johns Hopkins University. And this is our campus. It's located in the top of the mountain. It's a beautiful campus, very green. And we are not big in terms of the number of students, but in terms of land, we're quite big. But the facilities, unfortunately, I think Paul also, she hasn't had an experience to come to our campus, still online. So we have the lecture room, of course, group workroom, library, student lounge, futsal, volleyball, and also jogging trail. The admission requirements, so bachelor degree and discipline, an excellent command of English, a TOEFL 550 or IELTS 6.5. Fresh graduate actually are welcome to apply. If your English is not 550, then you can still be accepted in like certain conditions. This is the download application, complete forms, and make payment. If you are accepted, then you can pay the admission fee after you are accepted, and then submit other required documents to us. Then we can report it to the Ministry of Higher Education. The cost structure, basically, we changed the cost structure because now it's online, it's cheaper actually. Compare, of course, to study in Australia is quite expensive, yeah. So the admission fee, as I mentioned earlier, 600, and then semester 1, so 15 XRS is about IDR 15 million. Semester 2, also 15 SKS is 15 million. And writing thesis is about 10 million. Graduation is optional 1 million. So basically, within 18 months, you need to pay around 41.6 billion rupiah. But we offer a generous scholarship to almost our, most of our students in the in this year. So the foundation supported like 50% scholarship tuition fee to all successful applicants to apply to the program. So the applicant only pay 50%, but the rest will be paid by the foundation that supported our school. So this is an outstanding student. So basically, partial, I mentioned earlier, we offer partial and full tuition fee scholarship. So this is the minimum requirements, and basically it's not that hard, but still it's very competitive. So this is not only the requirements that we are looking for the candidate to study at our school, but of course we are looking for a candidate that has good attitude and has a potential in the future, whatever their end goal. So usually we will ask, so what's your end game after you finish your study? So at the moment we have about 80 alumni. Let's say 100 because another batch just finished. So and then we have 45 students studying at the moment. So if you are accepted to study, because now we have 2 intakes in our school, spring intake and then a fall intake. Basically in Indonesia, we don't say spring intake and then a fall intake because we have like hot season and the rainy season. So we just call it the Februari intake and then a September intake. So there are going to be 2 classes running at the same time. But at the same time, we also have 1 batch, the students who are writing their thesis actually. So 3 classes will be running at the same time, starting this year. We also have strategic review. The strategic review is our journal. You can read our journal at sr.sgpp.ac.id. We published our journal in August 2011. This is a popular journal. It's a quarterly per year. But starting last year, April, we didn't print our journal anymore. So we moved into online. So it's free, so you can read the articles of the journal through our website. And our target reader is professional, business community, academic, embassies. So if you are interested in writing, so you just contact the editor of the strategic review, and then they're going to evaluate actually whether your article is okay or not to be published. So this journal is not only for our students and faculty members, but also is open to the public. This is the journal. For example, last year we have it is our democracy, reviewed up the e-commerce and so on. This is the cover of the journal. So the writer of the journal is prominent figures. I think not only from Indonesia, but they also come from other countries. Like we have Stephen Squartz, and then Joseph Stiglitz, and then many people from overseas, writing for the journal. This is the regular class that we have that I mentioned earlier in the 18 months program. But basically, we also work together with different organizations or parties to conduct what we call a writing and journalism workshop program, either with the ministry, or with the private sector, and the public sector. And usually it is open to the public. If you look at our website or check our social media at SDPP Indonesia, every month we also do a workshop. So we organize 2 to 3 workshops every month, and then it's open to the public. Short courses at SGPP, we run what we call executive development program, and the clients are coming from the ministry, private sector, and so on. And this is some courses that we offer to them, like evidence-based public policy. We just finished the program with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then public policy analysis, and then other courses actually that suit with the client needs. Recent collaborations last year. So last year we collaborated with 3 2 institutions, big institutions. One is the Kemenpan RB, Kementerian Reformasi dan Birokrasi, and then we're also working with the Jakarta Professional Governments in doing ease of doing business survey in Indonesia. And not last year actually, 2019, we published a book. Actually, one of our faculty members, Dr. Aan Suryana, published and launched a discussion about the state and religious violence in Indonesia. This is some of the program that 2017 we worked together with the Spirit Bappenas. Spirit Bappenas is a program run by Bappenas, supported by the World Bank. We train many public servants in a certain area. Like this is a topic asset-based thinking approach. And then this is also 2018, we run a workshop program with the Kemenpan RB. And 2019, we work together with UNSCAP and International Association, EAP2, International Association for Public Participation. And our students actually, they had an opportunity to present their paper in Thailand, Bangkok at the UN conference. This is some of the program that we run every year, but unfortunately, since the COVID, then we did online. We cannot travel, but we do a lot of like webinar. Every month we run like 1 or 2 webinars. Not only providing the information about the public policy, but also we are we discuss some issues, relevant issues actually that is going on in the world today. Frequency asked question. So our new classes will begin in February, actually next month. So the deadline, the due date to apply for the program is the end of this month. So if you are interested in applying for the program, so you can apply directly. You can check our website. You can upload the document online. But at the same time, you can also send email to us at meetings@sgpp.id. And we can follow up the applications. That's the presentation for me. And if you have any questions, then please, free. And not necessarily also in bahasa in English, but it should be okay in bahasa Indonesia. Yeah. Yes, thanks, Mbak Poet. You can go ahead, Mbak Poet. I think Mbak Poet has a problem. Okay, do you have any questions? If you have a question, just raise your hand. I think a Poet, or the moderator, has a connection. Yeah, but I think has a problem with her internet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes.
I'm sorry for, oh, yep. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, Endgame is a podcast or a talk show by the School of Government and Public Policy that co-produced by Visinema ID. So here it is, cuplikan video dari podcast Endgame yang host dipandu oleh Pak Gita Wirjawan. So here it is.
Indonesia. People call me Pak Tony and as much in Indonesian. Can I call you Pak Tony from now on?
Science has no border. Power itu ada di negara yang presiden paling banyak, dan itu yang menentukan kita.
Singapore has succeeded by being the best copycat country in the world.
Perusahaan itu kehilangan jati dirinya karena mereka cuma ikut tren.
Saya terus terang punya ketertarikan untuk masuk ke dunia politik. Stop you. Why not? As I told you, if I hadn't discovered
Relatif.
Here we have some hands here. Where's
jadi endgame-nya gimana nih?
Saya tuh ngeliat Indonesia nih kalau ngayal ya, utopiannya itu Wakanda, distopiannya itu Asgard, Pak.
Ya.
Jangan sampai negaranya udah nggak ada, tinggal orangnya aja.
Wow. Okay. We are so sorry for the bad audio, guys. Oke, tadi sudah dilihat ya cuplikan dari Endgame. Mudah-mudahan teman-teman yang di sini juga sudah menonton video Endgame karena topiknya sangat bagus, luar biasa, dan pembahasannya sangat bagus. Tadi saya sudah melihat ada yang raise hand, tapi hilang lagi. Adakah yang mau bertanya dari partisipan di sini? Tadi ya. Anyone? Okay. Here is the question, Pak Oni, from Alex Umari to all panelists. The Strategic Review Journal is an interesting one. Does it only accept scientific papers or does it also provide a platform to share opinion pieces for intents on global policy?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Alex. Basically, if you check at our website, we divide some topics, yeah, in our journal. So we accept for any papers that is related to policy. So, for example, scientific papers or whatever like topic that is related to policy. That is still applicable and you can send to the editors. Yeah.
Oke, itu dia tadi Mas Alex. The answer from Pak Oni. Okay, is there any other question? You can raise your hand, so unmute yourself for asking the question to Pak Oni. Okay, Mbak Michelle Andrina, please unmute yourself, Mbak Michelle,
Ya, thank you,
and
Mbak.
ask the question to Pak Oni.
Ya, Mbak Michelle, selamat malam.
Malam, Pak. Is there any specific date, Pak, when the class will begin in February?
Yes, the class will begin on the 14th of February, Monday, 14th of February.
Is it the matriculation class or?
No, the matriculation class will be held in the second week of February, but it's only for 1 day. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. So in the 14th of February is the first class.
First class, yeah.
Is
Yes.
it on Sunday, Pak?
Sorry, 14th of February, it will be on Monday, right? Check
15.
February.
15.
15 of Monday.
Okay, yeah, 15 on Monday. Yeah. Thank you, Pak.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Michelle Andrina, for the question. Oh ya, by the way, Mas Alex Omari ternyata orang Kenya ya. Halo Mas Alex, I'm sorry, I think you are Indonesian. So any other question, you can raise your hand, guys, and ask the question to Pak Oni.
No questions? All pretty clear.
Mas Alex. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Here in Indonesia, we call Mas for a gentleman. Mr. Alex Omari, yeah, thank you for the question. Mbak Dina, okay. Mbak Dina Kartikasari, please unmute yourself and ask the question to Pak Oni.
Hi, Pak Oni.
Oh, you can introduce, sorry Mbak Dina, can you introduce yourself first, where are you from? So ask the question to Pak Oni.
Well, I'm Dina, I'm from Jakarta. Just quick questions. I'm interested to join, however, I might or I am, I do have a full-time work, and I've questioned this a couple of times, the admin stuff about the classes, because you'll be having online classes 3 days a week. And the time is like in the morning and at noon and in the afternoon. Is it possible for a full-time worker like me to attend this
Courses?
the courses, but also is there any other options? Like, would you have like a specific platform for me to access all the previous classes? Is that possible for us to do?
Yes, thank you very much for the questions, Mbak Dina. So our classes, our program actually is 18-month program. So the coursework will be 1 year, and then the writing thesis will be 6 months. And the classes are conducted on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So Monday from 11:30, and then 11:30 to 1 o'clock is the break, and then 1 o'clock to 3:30 is the second class. This is the first program, the 18 months program. But basically, actually our students actually coming from, like you, Mbak Dina, actually they are full-time workers, so they have to manage their time. So, and they choose also the second option, which is 24 months program. So if it's 24 months program, so you can take like classes only 2 times a week. Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Thursday. It depends on your schedule. And then if, for example, you cannot catch up with the courses like for the like Zoom and everything. So we have a platform for that. Our classes is online using a Moodle program. So you can check actually the assignments and the classes, actually the previous classes. If you miss it, then actually you can go online. And all assignment and everything, you have to submit by online. And then the student actually, this is because of the regulation from the ministry actually. And the student need to enroll or to attend the classes like 75% out of 16 meetings, including midterm and final. So for one subject, for example, you miss, you are too busy and you miss it, the classes. So you are entitled actually 4 times missing, which is 1 month actually. So for one course, so no problem at all. And then you can catch up with the materials that is available actually at our online program. Yeah.
Yep.
Ya, benar kan Mbak Poi? Ya. Are you a full-time worker, Mbak Poi?
Betul sekali, Pak Oni. Sistem di SGPP sebenarnya memudahkan kita sekali. Kalau misalnya aktif sekarang, saya di partai politik kebetulan, Pak. Jadi not really full-time worker.
Okay.
I take 18 months.
You are the 18 months program, right? Ya. Seperti itu Mbak Dina. Ya.
Seperti itu Mbak Dina. You'll find ini sih kalau
And banyak
sama-sama, Mbak Dina.
bertanya dengan teman-temannya kan Mbak. You can also discuss with your team and then the classmate actually for the assignments, you know, like after the classes actually. But it's quite demanding actually the assignment. Am I right, Mbak? Yeah. Ya, banyak
Ya walaupun
you can make it lah. Most of our students can make it lah. Yeah, because they have the time to cover the assignment and so on.
Banyak teman-teman yang helpful, Mbak Dina, tenang aja. Nanti ketemu dengan teman-teman yang luar biasa hebat dan very helpful. Okay, we have another hand, Pak Oni. Mbak Dina, okay. Nidomatum Mulisotur.
Yeah.
Am I right? You can unmute yourself, Mbak or Mas.
Yes.
And introduce yourself.
My name is Nidomatum Mulisotur Rahmah. I will ask question. How can the student get more reference for their papers when class begin?
Okay. So we have the library actually, so you can go to SGPP, but unfortunately it is, you know, like it is online at the moment, right? But we also subscribe the journal that you can actually check it, the journal, and then download directly from the server. And then at the moment, actually, the Ministry of Higher Education has a very good program, Nidomatum. So Perpustakaan Nasional, you know, like they have a great resources, all resources actually that you need. And then you just, you know, like register and the password, and they give you the password, but I think now it takes some time to verify the, you know, like the account. But the journal like Sage and then whatever like the G-Store and so on, so you can actually download to the Perpustakaan Nasional, and it's free actually. Yeah, we provide, of course, the teaching material, the modules and everything, the faculty members and the PPT and so on. Yeah. But for the hard one, the hard copy, so you have to go to SGPP.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you Mbak Nidomatul ya tadi. Okay, Pak, there is a question from Mr. Alex again in the chat box.
Apa ya?
To Pak Oni. know that this is an online program currently. By the time students wind up and graduate, will this be virtual or will the graduation happen in Indonesia? Yes.
Good questions. Basically, we just started online, and then the current batch that is still studying, they will graduate next year. But the previous batch, actually, they just finished writing their thesis, and we haven't decided yet whether we are going to conduct the graduation online or offline. But we will, it really depends on the situations. They're going to, to graduate actually next June. Hopefully the COVID is over, but it's not over, then we'll do the graduation, of course, online. Yeah. There is a regulation the school cannot, from the ministry, that we cannot open our school, because not only our school, but also the whole school in the country. Yeah. Because of COVID.
I hope my batch can do the graduation offline, Pak.
Okay.
Hopefully. And then we can see Pak Gita Wiryawan.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other question from the participant? Seru ya, berarti teman-teman yang menjadi batch 8 nanti ada teman dari internasional ya, ada dari Kenya. There's Kenyan student. Okay.
We have some students from overseas as well. Yeah.
Okay, I think there's other question, Pak. Wait. Mana tadi? In the chat box. From Adi Wardana. Alumni network may be one of the, or Mas Adi, do you want to deliver it to Pak Oni?
Mas Adi, you want to ask directly?
Deliver it directly.
Okay, then I will answer. Alumni network may be one of the consideration in choosing a school. How do SGPP maintain and develop the alumni network so far since it's established? Yeah, so this is a good question. As I mentioned earlier, at the moment we have about 100 alumni, and then every year actually we conduct what we call the alumni gathering, and usually in our campus. So they come to our campus, and then they do the presentation to the new graduates. So this is the first program that we run for the alumni. The second one, actually, of course, they are professional. So basically, we maintain the relationship of through emails, through whatever, like social media. And then we give the opportunity also for our alumni to conduct workshop. So every month, actually, we invite alumni, not only talking about their, their work and also what their current activities, but also we give them an opportunity to conduct the workshop, not only for the alumni, but also for the other students. And actually next month, we are running one program, Model of United Nations, working together with our alumni from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So we are running the program next month. And then we do a lot of informal gatherings also with our alumni. Then, as I mentioned earlier, also we have what we call executive program, and we also invite our alumni actually to share with the participants in the executive development program. So that's we maintain our alumni. We don't have at the moment what we call Ikatan Alumni SGPP. We don't have it formally, but informally we do a lot actually. Yeah. Thank you, Mas Adi Wardana.
Thank you, Mas Adi Wardana, for the question. Okay, is there any other hands here? The alumni will share their experience during the matriculation ya Pak ya?
Yes.
Sada. Okay. Is there any? Oh, okay. Mr. Alex, please. You can unmute yourself, Mr. Alex, and speak ask directly to Pak Oni.
Hello, I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So, sorry for asking too many questions. I want to be clear. So, my last question is regarding the students. So far, I know that the program was being offered full time, physical face to face some years back, but due to COVID, the program was converted to online learning. So, the question I have regarding that one is, do you currently have other international students and like, for example, what is the proportion of the international students versus the residential students in the program?
Yeah. Thank you, Alex. As I mentioned earlier, that our vision actually we want to link actually people not only from Indonesia but also from the region and also in the world. But usually every batch, usually we have 1 or 2 international students coming, mostly from the ASEAN member countries. But last year actually we had 1 from Pakistan, and he just finished actually his degree and went back to Pakistan. And another reason actually that's good because the student also from Indonesia, they can also learn the policies from other countries, like from Kenya, for example. So I like Indonesia is too big. Even people, I don't think that most people travel from the whole island Indonesia. Mostly people, if you look at the map of the geography of Indonesia, we have 5 big islands, and then most people actually they're coming from Java Island. But now, since online, actually, we are very happy actually because we can connect the students not only coming from Java Island but also from the whole nations. And I think in quite a batch, people are coming from Sumatra, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and not yet Papua. Yeah.
Halmahera, Pak.
Oh, Halmahera, but Maluku, but not in.
Halmahera, Bali.
Yeah.
Bulukumba.
Bulukumba, yeah, Sulawesi. Yeah.
Yeah, Sulawesi.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Alex. Yeah.
That's it. This is Mr. Alex. Yeah, even though in batch 7 we don't have international student, but the friend in my batch come from many region in Indonesia, many cities in Indonesia, Medan, Bali, Halmahera, and others. Okay, is there any other hands? Any other question before we go to the next? Okay. Before we, I think there's no other question from you guys. Well, kalau udah nggak ada pertanyaan, mungkin kita bisa sebelum kita tutup acara pada webinar pada malam hari ini, we have some agenda from SGPP Indonesia, some workshop ya that you can attend in this month. So the first one this is the friend in my batch, Mbak Nana Nurwaisari. Workshop webinar tentang peran pemuda dalam membangun smart city untuk masa depan kebijakan publik yang lebih baik. Mbak Nana ini sekarang bekerja di Pemprov Jakarta, and you can attend the webinar with Mbak Nana because she is a really great person. So the next agenda ada untuk minggu depan ya, ada communication strategy in today's world, Rabu 27 Januari 2021. Ini dia flyernya. Fasilitatornya ada Dr. Pani Jan Liao, yaitu komunikator nomor 1 Asia versi Asia Book of Records. Dan peserta akan belajar 5 poin yang ada di screen ini. Kemudian ada workshop yang lain yaitu Introducing to Research Writing. This is my lecture. Pak Novi, Dr. Novianto Budi Kurniawan, SSTMT. Peserta akan belajar 5 poin yang ada di flyer ini. Di workshop ini akan mempelajari semua tentang research writing. Oke. Webinar hari ini, semua rangkaian acara di webinar hari ini sudah selesai. Terima kasih Pak Oni untuk pemaparan presentasi di webinar kali ini. Mudah-mudahan teman-teman yang ingin mendaftar di SGPP bisa mengerti, can understand all the presentation from Pak Oni as well. Thank you, Pak Oni.
Thank you, Poet. So before we close, I just want to make sure also that those who haven't submitted the applications, please submit your documents before the end of this month so that we can arrange the interview. The sooner the better. If there's some documents that are missing, that you can have it now, so you can send it later. The most important thing is that the applications and other things that you can submit it later. So because we need to have the interview as soon as possible. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Just contact the admission, okay, guys, and join the SGPP team. Oke, sudah ya. Terima kasih buat teman-teman semuanya yang sudah menghadiri webinar pada malam hari ini. Thank you very much for all the participants tonight that come from all over the world, not only from Indonesia. There are also participants from Australia and also Kenya. Thank you so much, guys. We would like to close this session tonight. I hope everyone are in good condition. And don't forget to submit your application, guys. Thank you so much. We end the session. Bye. Good night.